Hello, this is Stampy Longnose.
Emerald! We're rich! We're rich! Diamond! Ah! Get the out of the room and play Minecraft! Oh my god!
You ever load into a game, go through the menus, and then close it just to doom scroll on TikTok or YouTube Shorts? But why do we do this? I recently played Minecraft for 2 hours on my weekly live stream. I made no progress within the game and just walked around the world for 2 hours and chatted to my chats. We all fondly remember the 2010s. Unfortunately, most of Gen Z is growing up and we're turning into adults. We're entering adulthood now and we don't have time for video games like we used to. And maybe the fun and novelty of video games is slowly dying. I rarely play games now, and when I do, it's for commentary videos like this one, as I need gameplay from the background of my commentary videos. Or I play video games with old friends of mine, something I don't really do anymore. When my friends used to talk all the time saying things, how come people get bored of video games? Now I understand it. We're getting bored of video games because we're growing up.
What's also important is you guys aren't kids anymore. We've all grown up together over the past 10 years.
The thing is, we used to spend up to 6 to 7 hours a day playing video games, but now we do less. Don't forget the memories from your childhood. The things that made you, well, you got into gaming because of a Game Boy. Maybe thinking, Minnie, you weren't alive when the Game Boy came out, and you'd be correct. But I remember playing the original Super Mario Bros. On it. The only reason I had access to that console is because a childminder had that Game Boy. I played on the Game Boy, playing the original Super Mario Bros. I also remember a Tom and Jerry game. That slowly introduced me to gaming. I had a friend in primary school who was obsessed with Minecraft, and that got me hooked with Minecraft. I remember one day loading up the 3DS and YouTube randomly installed. I thought, ooh, what's this app? And then I got hooked to Stampy and Dan TDM. That's when I found their channels 10 years ago this year. But back on the topic, why do I feel like gaming is boring now? For me, I say it's friends. Friends are the biggest factor for gaming. That was a cop! I told you, Scrap. I told you he had a bow. Where's the other players? It's just Shadow here. Where is everyone?
I'm just watching Nagtags fight.
If I can't kill Scrap, I'll have to kill his sister! For me, it doesn't feel as fun without friends. But there are classic video games like Lego Marvel Superheroes and pretty much every video game on the DS and 3DS. They were a blast growing up and you didn't really play with anyone. When I am with friends though, we mess around, have a laugh, and there is never a time we are taking gaming seriously. I think that's what everyone needs, is friends. Not only just that, the biggest games that have been stuck at the top for way too long. Minecraft has been at the top now for 15 years and Fortnite's been at the top now for more than 5 years, coming up to its 10-year anniversary. I feel like we need to play more games, maybe by indie developers, or look back on the games that we used to play. It doesn't matter if they're popular to enjoy it. For example, I enjoy Fall Guys. It's not as popular as it used to be, but I enjoy the Silly Bean game and I love party games. That is on its own one of the best experiences I've had in a while, just playing Fall Guys and having so much fun. Do you think gaming has gotten stale, or what do you think people can do to improve their gaming experience? Do you agree with the quotes that I've said on this video, where people need to start playing older games, maybe from their childhood, or just get a different game that isn't even popular, but you think, oh, I could give this a try? Remember, gaming is for everyone, but you don't have to play the popular games to fit in. Thank you for watching this video.